Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Star Trek Online. Today we are going to be taking a tour of the Fleet Starbase. In this particular, we're going to do a whole series on these. We're going to do a tour of each of the fleet holdings as we have them. We'll be doing both Starfleet and KDF. So this is the Fleet Starbase for the Federation. When you enter in here, you will come into the transporter room. There is a space portion of that here. I'm going to go ahead and transport out to space here relatively quickly so you can see it. I should have started out in space. I apologize for that, but we can venture out here. So this is your starbase. You can transwarp to the zone, and you will see the starbase. This particular starbase is fully upgraded, so this is how it will end up looking. But when you start a new fleet, or in a new fleet, you will see the progress of this being built. And of course, there are various other things to look at around here, so we'll go ahead and get started on that. First up is the transwarp gate. This will basically allow you to transwarp to the starbase. As you upgrade it and upgrade your other holdings, it will also allow you to transwarp to your other fleet holdings from the starbase. Very important to have. So, okay, so here we go over to... Oh, thank you for that. It will also give us where we want to go. We can Federation space, Romulan space, Cardassian space, the front lines, whichever. We can just close that for now. Also a very handy way of getting around a map. And I believe this is the sensor array. I believe that is the sensor array. This is for your science portion of the starbase. I believe this allows you to unlock various things like your the bank, the mailboxes, the bridge officer, or the duty officer purchases and stuff. That allows you to do that. So we will move on. These sensors are just buoys, so they're not really that important. I believe this one is your shipyard up here. And this will allow your fleet members to access the fleet versions of various ships. You cannot buy a fleet ship without this being upgraded to a certain level. Your fleet. So that is the fully upgraded Fleet Starbase, our shipyard. Moving over here is the engineering. It's not a sensor array, but it is for the engineering portion. I believe this is for... Oh, no, this is the... for trading and commerce and stuff. This will allow you to do your... upgrade other portions of your starbase. Not exactly sure what it will do for this at the moment. But that is there. I believe it opens up basically the provision projects is what it does. So you get various provisions you can open up for this. This will give you the provisions to be able to buy from the fleet shipyard and everything else like that. So that does that. So that is the space portion of the starbase. We go ahead and back into the dock. Even though we dock, we do beam back into the transporter. You will always come back into the transporter when you enter the starbase. So here is the front foyer. We have a bunch of tribbles infesting our station at the moment. Got the nice anniversary holographic decoration up there, along with the Starfleet Command banners. Very nice, very nice. This is your basic, I guess, the basic entry room. So over here we got a variety of examples of the Starfleet uniforms from past and present. Starting with the Enterprise, TOS. We got, I believe this is the motion picture, the original motion picture. Wrath of Khan, Next Generation. Basically the movies premise for the First Contact movies and stuff like that. With the environmental suit, we got the Sierra. I believe this is the... I think that's another Sierra version. And then they got the Mako uniform up here. Over here, we have a holodeck, which unfortunately isn't being used for anything. I think originally they planned on there being a use for this, but they never came around to it. I think they were planning on doing some... one of the rumors I had or heard way back in the day, they were trying to do a hoverball thing, like you've seen on Star Trek Voyager with Seven and Janeway playing that little back and forth hoverball thing with the phasers or whatever. And so down here we got our requisition room. You can requisition your space, various space stuff here, including your hangar pets if you have a carrier or a ship that supports a hangar bay. You got the tailor down here. You can requisition some new clothing. You can go to the store and you can actually requisition the various Odyssey uniforms. I already have those unlocked, so you can requisition some consumable stuff. I would stay away from these, to be honest with you, because these aren't really that great. These Fleet Photon Torpedo platforms, they shoot once when you summon them. They shoot once and they do nothing after that. So that's the problem with those. But that's where you would get those if you would like to. You get some Fleet Mark bonuses. You can use you can use your Fleet credits to buy Fleet Mark bonus pools. But if you want to do that, that's where you get that. Here you would requisition your ground stuff, your various phasers and rifles and all that stuff. You can even get some Lurpers, Vulcan Lurpers here if you wanted to do that. There is the models of the elite weapons. I happen to enjoy the elite models myself. Excuse me while I get a drink of water here. All this technique makes your throat a little dry. And there goes the bottle cap for that one, but we'll pick that up later. So that's your models for your elite weapons. And here are some more. So that is that. Okay, so we'll move along. We got a turbo lift here, but we'll explore that in a bit. And right here, I'm not sure well you can see these. Unfortunately, the lighting kind of messes this up. But here we have all the variations of the Starship Enterprise. We got the Enterprise F, which is the Odyssey, Enterprise E, Enterprise D, Enterprise C, Enterprise B, Enterprise A. No, yeah, A. We got the original series Enterprise. We got the Enterprise NX-01. I'm not sure where this was in the Star Trek lore, but it is in the opening theme of the Star Trek Enterprise show. Of course, we have the NASA shuttle. And of course, we got the original USS Enterprise aircraft carrier. And of course, we got the HMS Enterprise. So that is that. So we got the duty officer room down here. This is a very nice little room. I would call this a command center in my opinion, but it's not technically the command center. And here you can go ahead and talk to this gentleman right here. You can go to the officer of the watch. You can get these kind of little these dailies, and you will get fleet marks from it. You get 20 fleet marks. There are other ways to get fleet marks these days, much faster ways. But you can do that if you want. It's up to you. Here you got your duty officer assignment console. Down here you got the bank for all your banking needs. You want to grab something out of your supply bank? There you are. You can grab that from there. Over here, you have another file recommendation reports where you can get your various other duty officer accommodations, and that's where that would go. Over here, you got your duty officer assignments, our duty officer requisition officer. You can get different other personnel there. And that is that for that room. Up top here, we got basically your lounge, which is your bar area, and a dance club, which is very nice. We have you can talk to the counselor. You can open up some various counseling sessions here. Go ahead and begin that one. We'll just go ahead and start these up because it does give us a few bonuses here. So we'll just go ahead and do that. We don't have a counselor available for that one, so we can go ahead and close that. Nice little seating area. You got a replicator here, so you can replicate all your lovely, tasty treats here. You can get a field ration. You can get a feline supplement. Meow. Apparently, you cannot get Rokeg blood pie here because apparently it's a Klingon delicacy, and you cannot replicate that here apparently. So there we go. I believe if you have a Klingon Federation character, you can. But here you have your bartender where you can also get your drinks, your beverages. And you get some various duty officers right there. You don't have the Saurian brandy, so we can't do that just yet. We got Morn, Nemo Jones here. He's the one who gives you tribbles and stuff if you want them. There are tribbles everywhere. Yep. Clean them up, boys. Oh, there we go. And now the tribbles will be gone for, I think, an hour. They come back. And Morn is here if you can see him through the lights. Usually see him on DS9. Over here you have another replicator for more tasty beverages and treats. There you are. Can we buy Saurian brandy here? No, we can't. Okay. That's your food replicator. And of course we have the dance club right here. So you can go ahead and tell him to, hey, get it going. And you can start the party here. You can get a dance going here. And you know, I'm just going to go ahead and leave him. Turn him off. And that's it for the bar. Oh, we got one more other room up there. Across this bridge, of course, we got some tight security officers here. Good boys. Good job. All right. And we got the briefing room over here. With various models, starships up here. You cannot choose these. These pop up on their own. You have to do the upgrade project, but you got this nice little briefing room, and you can actually sit at the desk by right-clicking on the chair, and you sit, and you can have your fleet meeting if you like to do that. Moving on. Take the two row left down to the engineering deck. And this will start us up. We got a nice yellow carpet for engineering. We got 3 rooms to explore here, so we go ahead to go to the right. Up here, we got nothing. We got a dead end. You can walk into a wall, get a nice little console here. Whoop-de-doo, beep-de-doo. Okay, we will go into the middle zone. Open that up. And here we got a nice engineering lab, if you will. Here you can customize your starship if you want to change the appearance of that. We can go into our shuttle, for example, and go, ooh, look at that, Riemann fighter. Yay, we got that, we got that. We can't do anything with it, though. We can change the material, but that's about it. That's all we can do. So we go ahead and apply that. Awesome. So you can go up here and you can get some, check out the lab. But the only thing you can do up here is you can repair your ship on this guy. I believe over here you have a gentleman that will give you some engineering duty officer missions. You can do special projects here. You can check out what they have. I don't have the requirements for this one, but that is that one. I believe you can also check out the current operational issues, and then they will give you some duty officer missions there. We go ahead and start up one just to show you. I'll start up two just to show you. There you go. That is that room. This guy also does some various other stuff. Some Tellarites. You can also actually acquire some Tellarite duty officers. So we can begin that, and that will be off in 20 hours. That'll give us the random pack of Tellarite duty officers. We can go around this corner here. I believe in here we got another room. We got another engineering lab. Very nice lab indeed. I hate this carpet. It is horrible, but it's there. Over here, you got another assignment officer. You can get various other things. You can ship repair components. You can assemble ship batteries. You can assemble prototypes, which is very nice to have. You can prototype your heavy turrets. Assemble a heavy proton turret. You got that. We do not meet the requirements. We need all these pieces to do that. So we don't have that, unfortunately. But this is where you would go to do that. You can also build a prototype protocol or console if you also have the requirements, which we unfortunately do not. So we will leave him alone. Oops. And at the end of this hall, we have nothing. That does it for the engineering floor. Very simple, very basic. Of course, we have our exocomps running around. You might recognize those from Star Trek The Next Generation. So we will go down to the science level. And here we have the basic same color scheme for the carpet. We have a blue instead of a yellow theme. And so we went right last time. We will go down the middle this time. And here we have sickbay. This is where all your medical conditions will be met. You have your medical officer who can assemble hypo packs for you. You have 5 dilithium, so we can go ahead and start that. Medical regenerator, we can get medical assignments from him. We won't go into that detail. You got your basic bio beds here. And of course, if you need them, hopefully you don't, but you have another set over here. So lots of bio beds for people to get treatment. You have your actual medical treatment officer here. He will, if you're ever injured, he can heal you right here. He can treat your wounds. So that is that. We will go now to the left. Through here, we will open up another science lab, or a medical lab, sorry. And here we can do your bridge officer training. You go into here, and this is where you can buy all your various manuals for your training officer, or training your bridge officers. Here you have a nice little room here. You used to be able to modify this. I'm not sure if you can still. Guess not. You got a nice little person being treated there. Excuse me. That is that. Go on to the other side here now. Now we have the science lab. You can go over here. You can stop to talk to this duty officer giver here. You can assemble a shield charge pack. We can go ahead and do that for here. You can do special projects. Triple genetic engineering. Let us do a triple genetic science 2. Let's do this. We don't have the requirements because we don't have a triple. in our inventory. So we would need to do a triple for that, and we would get a we would upgrade this triple. So we don't have that, so we can put that away. You can talk to the Vulcan personnel officer. He does the same thing as the Telerit one upstairs. You can go ahead and do the exchange. You can grab those. That will complete in 20 hours. Over here, you have your science lab where they are conducting some very important research over here. Hello, Mr. Bullion. We're going to leave you alone. Over here, you got your nice little working table here. That will basically it be for the science lab, the science deck. Moving down to the tactical. Same situation with the carpet. We have a red instead of blue or yellow. This particular side of the room, however, is a dead end. There is only one room in the tactical portion. That's our basic security guard. Hello, cousin. How's it going? And we got this bad boy. This is the official command area of the entire starbase. This is where everything happens. You even have a captain's chair up here. You can sit in it and go, make it so. That would be that. You got some duty officer. You got the Andorian personnel guy. You can go ahead and fire him up for some Andorian officers. You got security over here. You got basic stuff over here. You have another tactical officer, duty officer here. You can do your military briefings here. Grab some, do a simulation. There you go. That will do that. And of course, you got some various consoles that don't really do anything, unfortunately. I kind of wish they would do something more with this, but it is what it is. So we got all of this space that is not being used, really. You go in here and you have a nice little office for the admiral of your fleet base. And it's that, so you can have a nice little meeting down here. Fortunately, you can't sit in the main chair or any of these chairs, for example. They haven't been updated yet, but hopefully Cryptic will get on that soon. Over here is your other duty officer, where you can get the security officer, and he will give you, you can transfer the prisoners. If you happen to have prisoners, which I do happen to have, so I'll go ahead and put that there. On Federation, you can do 2 prisoners at a time. KDF can do 7, so we'll go ahead and pop that there. You can also deliver a defeated changeling to Starfleet here. You can also do this on ESD, but if you happen to be here, you can do it here too. Down here, we'll just jump down because we're a cat. Here you can requisition a ship or a shuttle here with this officer, this young lady right here. Or you can go over here to the console. You need to talk to her. Talk to her to manage your ships. As you can see, my my USS Typhoon here. Or you can talk to the console. You requisition ships. When they first put this in, this is a little side note, this was the only place where you could buy, at the time, the Tier 5 fleet starships. Okay? This was the only place they would let you do that. Of course, you can buy all the old, obsolete now, Tier 5 ships. And fortunately, some of these have never been reused. Just unfortunately, I would like to see an updated Tier 6 version of this one, for example. But you got the heavy cruiser, you got the research vessel. They did kind of update that one, but you got the original Star Cruiser, which they still have not reused this model, even though they have technically brought out a new Star Cruiser. And your fleet reconnaissance ship, that would be, I believe originally it was the Luna. I believe this is also what the USS Titan would have been. Those that are interested. Cryptic, and as a side note, I would really, really wish that you would get on this, please. Make that possible. Make it so we can buy a fleet version of this. Again. Fleet Escort retrofit. I would love to have another one of these little babies. But unfortunately, it is not the case. That would be the only... That was the only spot where you can get these particular fleet ships. Now, of course, you can get them pretty much anywhere. So that is on that, and I don't believe there's anything else to tour here on the Starbase. We can't go down to the shuttle base, so we'll go back to Ops. And I gotta kick some triples. You gotta kick some triples. Every time you come onto the Starbase, you have to kick triples. And so we will end with a view of the shuttle bay. You can see all the traffic going in there. And that will do it for the Fleet Starbase tour. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed these videos. If you do, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, ring that notification bell, and stick around and also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/ParagonGaming42. Thank you for joining me. Be safe out there. Have a good day.